A fault is a weakness, a defect, a fracture. Faults divide, tear, and consume. Here in the city of Chester's Chasm, we struggle to maintain that precarious balance over the precipice in the earth, in our lives, and in our hearts. This story is about 4 teenagers with faults of their own.
The fault between my faith and freedom.
The fault between my family and identity.
The fault between my life and death.
The fault between my guilt and revenge.
As these fractures grow, we stand at the edge and ask, what must we sacrifice to sate the void's endless hunger? Is it possible that the answer lies within all our faults? Greetings, and welcome to All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast by the Tabletop Talespinners Network. I am your hostess and MC, Mistress Winter. How are you today? Well, I hope. I know I've been pretty pessimistic about the future of late. It's hard not to be the way the world is spiraling nowadays. Even the job that I believed a steady and reliable factor in my life is being pulled from under me. Another move is on the horizon and a free fall into figuring out what's next. It's all very frightening and has been the trigger of many an anxiety attack. But I'm not blind to the silver linings, nor am I ignoring what hope there is for the next chapter of life. For the first time in 15 years, I'll be the arbiter of my own life, able to open up about parts of my life that I've kept hidden, to speak my mind and advocate for myself, and color my hair any crazy shade that I'd like. You know, the small things. There are also opportunities that I'm excited about. Jobs that I'm just thrilled to apply for. Places I've always wanted to live but never had the chance. This is a chance for me to chart my own course and take full responsibility for my life and my future. I just hope I'm up to the challenge. Speaking of challenges, we return to the Level Up gym in Chester's Chasm, where Sara, under false and mysterious pretenses, has challenged Solomon to a sparring match. Our teen wolf has accepted with gusto and is not going easy on the influencer. The rest of our teens look on with anxious anticipation for whatever trap Sara has yet to spring. Content warnings for this episode include minor violence and blood. Time codes are in the show notes. Shoutouts and thank yous after the show. Chapter 33. Ring Around the Paisley.
He's just smiling through it all. This is what he loves doing. It's a great time. He's not trying to hurt her, but he's also not trying to hurt, if that makes sense. Like it's sort of a middle ground where he's like, I shouldn't maim or kill this person, but a bruise or two doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. All right. I'll throw it over to Crispin and Saline if you want to insert any interjections as you see Solomon explode out of his corner and essentially start going ham on Sara.
I think when Crispin hears the commotion of the fight begin, he's just going to kind of take Saline by the shoulders and go, just keep your head down. And he's not going to wait for a response. He's going to book it over there to either, I don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't trust Sara, but he doesn't know what else to do besides stand there and watch.
Saline is going to follow you.
I know Saline is a strong, independent woman, but god damn it.
That's my baby girl. I love her so much. I don't know if I would use 2 of those words to describe her. She wants to be a strong, independent woman, but all she makes are bad choices and has negative self-preservation skills.
Understood.
So yes, she's following you. She's very concerned about Crispin, so she's following Crispin. She'll, stay behind Crispin if that makes him feel any better.
It does, actually. At least, I thank you for at least giving him that.
She's not trying to advertise to Sarah Paisley that she's there, but she's not leaving.
Also, where is Ella in all of this? Because she is who I was originally keeping an eye on.
At this moment, her and William have kind of ended up next to each other and are passing little verbal cues between them. Solomon, give me another volatile, please.
Gladly. It's the same roll. A 6 and a 4. This time on the opposite dice, which is funny. So that's another 12.
You keep her from getting any kind of footing and are just inside her guard, knocking her back into the side of the ring and just keeping her on the back foot the whole time. Things are getting very energized in the ring as Solomon is just wailing on Sarah. Michael, since you are looking for it, phones are starting to come out.
Yeah, I'd like to navigate around the crowd and just tell them no. And if I have to, I will either use hot to do it, or I will try to hypnotize them into breaking their phones.
Love that.
People are not allowed to just turn off their phones. They must be broken.
Right. Also, live streaming is a thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, none of that. I'd also like to remind you that as a vampire, I literally have a string on everyone because I'm hot.
That is true. Sarah's 3 friends are posted up at different corners of the ring in the crowd that is starting to coalesce.
Does that include Ella or no?
Ella is talking with William, but has pulled out her phone as well.
Okay. So it's 3 plus Ella or 3 including Ella?
3 plus.
Got it.
So the 3 are Julia, Farah, and Liz. And they're at different corners. Michael, you get to Julia first, who is videoing the fight.
Why don't you put that away?
Because this is great content, and I'm going to capture it.
How about don't?
And I would like to hypnotize her.
Okay, give me a hot.
9. And I get to choose one outcome in addition to getting what I want, which is they realize what I've done to them, they mess up my commands, or their sanity is unhinged. I think for her, she'll do it, but she realizes exactly what I've done to her.
Okay. She'll stop videoing under your control, blinking it away as soon as her phone's back in her pocket.
And you will keep it away until the fight is done.
You're not going to be able to stop it.
The fight? I have no intention.
She just gives you a sly, knowing smirk and flips her hair before walking away.
Then I move on to the next friend.
I don't think Crispin is thinking the way Michael is about the phones or about recording of the fight. I think he is just dialed in on Solomon versus Sarah Paisley. I think his main focus is trying to figure out what Sarah Paisley is trying to accomplish with this. She was very cryptic when we talked about it the last time, and it's really bothering him. And he's also a little annoyed that Solomon, A, it feels like is ignoring his warning to be careful with her, and B, is so clearly falling into a trap, which for Crispin to identify that something is clearly a trap is wild. So I would love, if I could, to gaze into the abyss to just figure out what her fucking angle is.
Sure. Give me a dark.
9.
9. There are many emotions that can be contagious. Rage or anger, sympathy, and all of them can divide loyalties or forge them. And that seems to be Sarah's endgame, the division and or creation of loyalties.
So I think that, and I was going to say something before Crispin even made this roll. So as we're standing there watching them,
I do think Saline will lean over and say, "You've been all worried about Solomon getting hurt or killed by Sarah Paisley, but it kind of looks like he might kill her."
I think Saline saying that is what triggers Crispin's understanding. And he kind of looks over his shoulder at her and looks up at Sarah Paisley and looks at Solomon, and he has an idea. And it's a bad idea.
We'll come back around to it.
Yes, we will.
Solomon, one more volatile, if you will, please.
I think in one of the moments of dulling in the fight, where it's a break in the between the punches, Solomon just says to her, "It's oh, come on, you said you could keep up. You asked me to fight. It seems like you're not even trying."
She'll take out her guard very briefly in one of those bout breaks. I haven't even gotten started yet. Bring it on. It's at that point that she will look to you, Crispin, and give you the now stare.
Okay.
Before you go there,
Yeah.
Michael,
Yes.
you make it over to Liz, who is, between taking video of the fight, is taking occasional selfies with some of the other audience members.
Hi, Liz. Want to get a selfie?
Sure.
Yeah, and he's going to come in and put his arm around her and lean in and just whisper into her ear, trying to turn her on.
Whatever you do, don't take photos of the fight, but you can have as many selfies as you like.
All right. Give me a turn someone on.
That's a 7.
She will take the selfie. You know, if I didn't know that you were playing for the other side, I would totally jump you right now.
I appreciate that.
But I've got a friend to support.
I'm going to use a string then.
Okay.
And I'll follow up with,
That's fine. Support all you like. But leave the camera off it for now, okay?
You're no fun.
Oh, I'm a lot of fun. Try sometime.
That's all right. I've gotten plenty at this point anyway.
Ciao.
and then he'll move on to the next one.
Okay. Crispin, Saline, or Saline, Crispin?
Any last words, Saline?
We need to do something. We need to stop him. And that's about it. Because, I mean, she's pretty small and super weak and suffering from not being in the Fey realm. I don't know what she's gonna do, but she'll tell you that y'all need to do something.
Yeah. Crispin will look over his shoulder at her, motion for her to step back, turn, leap into the ring, and he's going to pull the string on Solomon, but he's going to get in the way. So, Solomon, you are compelled to lash out physically at me.
Well, all right. I'm real hot today because it's another 13.
Oh, Crispin dies on the spot, fully expires.
Solomon, please describe your attack as this wave of violent anger just rockets through you.
I think it's the abrupt presence of someone else nearby while I'm in a violent mode, so to speak, that triggers that primal need for dominance or the primal instinct of protecting yourself. The gloves, they are MMA gloves, so the fingers are out. So I think my claws come out for the briefest of moments as I swipe at Crispin's stomach, which also this causes, I'm assuming this causes Crispin harm, in which case I gain a string on Crispin.
Okay.
All right. Crispin, you'll take a harm, and because of the viciousness of the attack, you are thrown off, stunned momentarily.
Okay, that makes sense.
Michael, before you reach Farah, you see Crispin dive into the ring and blood flies as Solomon suddenly lashes out with claw.
Oh, that's sweet idiot.
Could I maybe, real fast with, vampire reflexes, just go snatch that phone and then, jump into the ring?
Give me a volatile.
Mm-hmm. 3.
Oh, no. You try to summon up your reflexes and start to move toward Farah, but some gym bros get in the way and block your advance before it's too late.
Priorities have shifted, so yeah, I'm going to just then redirect myself into the ring.
Okay.
Solomon?
Huh? What?
Why don't we make this fun?
What do you mean?
And my little fangies pop a bit.
You want to fight?
Yeah.
And Michael will walk up and lean in.
See if you can catch me first, and then we'll see if you can actually handle it.
And he'll book it running out of the gym.
Before you decide what you're going to do there, Solomon, Saline, is there any reaction on your part?
Yeah. So first of all, I definitely scream. I think I'd scream out Crispin's name when he gets hurt. And like, is Crispin still standing on his knees on the ground of the mat?
I'm stunned, so I would imagine that I am like on the ground.
Okay, then as I said earlier, negative self-preservation skills. So essentially at the same time as Michael is like getting into the ring, Saline will do the same thing, but she is just going towards Crispin and trying to pull him out of the ring and out of harm's way.
Give me a volatile.
7.
Okay. If you will please describe how you abscond with the stunned Crispin.
Saline climbs into the ring, almost hysterical, like shouting Crispin's name over and over, trying to get to him. She finally is able to get to him, and in the whirlwind of everything that is happening, she is not conscious of like where her own body is, where anyone else's body is. So she like kind of slams onto the mat beside Crispin, knocking out what is in her pockets, which would be like her phone, wallet, and the mirror. She scrambles to pick things up, therefore leaving the mirror behind, though she thinks she grabs it, because pretty quickly it'll be picking things up, moving towards Crispin, and literally like she is not strong. So it is Saline dragging Crispin, trying to drag him by the shoulders, slowly but surely out of the ring, and then trying to help him out of the ring. It's just constantly going like, oh my god, are you okay? Of course you're not okay. Just over and over.
Yeah. Solomon, going back to you.
I think he understands on some base level kind of what just happened and what Michael's trying to do. So he does chase after Michael. I was debating on whether he's going to run on all fours or not. He does not. He's going to run like a normal person. Just jump over the like ringside and chase.
In the wake of Solomon chasing after Michael, of Crispin being pulled from the ring by Saline, presumably to a safe area.
I'm also probably screaming at someone to like call 911, call an ambulance, because I'm assuming Crispin's bleeding. I'm assuming it was a pretty bad cut.
Yeah, and well, so that's what I was going to say is like, if Saline tries to do that, I will do my best to like hush. I will have an arm over my stomach to try to hide where I have been slashed, because this was my attempt to both satisfy Sarah Paisley and protect Solomon.
She is definitely not thinking straight, so she is screaming for somebody to call 911 because she is trying to help support you once you're both out of the ring.
With a glance toward Sarah, Crispin, you'll initially note just this look of betrayal, but being a master spinner of fate, master manipulator, Farah gets into the ring with her phone, taking video, and is excitedly asking Sarah questions, to which she responds. You can kind of hear her talking to her followers. I don't know what happened. We were just in this friendly game when he just straight up attacked me. Thank goodness that Crispin, my boyfriend, just saved my life.
Winter, say psych right now.
Yes.
Her what? Oh, fuck no.
I am obsessed.
I think Crispin is too dazed to, like, he hears it, but is like, nope, that's a problem for another time. He is leaning heavily on Saline. He is not a high constitution boy, so he's struggling. And he's just like, we need to get to the car. We need to go. We need to be not here.
Where is my sister? Like, can I see her?
She's off to the side with William, who watched Michael just bolt from the gym and is left looking very lost. Ella looks over to you, Saline, concern and worry on her face, just before the other Paisleys coalesce around her, talking excitedly.
So no one wants to call an ambulance for this boy who I'm help supporting as he bleeds fucking out.
There'll be somebody else in the gym who does call for an ambulance, yes.
Okay. Awesome.
I am doing my level best to drag Saline out the door to the Hummer. I do not want to be here when an ambulance shows up.
Give me a runaway. I love that look.
That's a 5.
You get almost swarmed by other gym goers and staff who are encouraging you to sit down and wait for the paramedics, offering to get you water and looking for the first aid kit, all that other stuff.
I'm okay. Still arm wrapped around his torso, trying to keep the blood from being visible. And he goes, he just got me good in the stomach. I need to run outside and puke real quick. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Still trying to shuffle Saline towards the door.
They've unfortunately stonewalled you, and if you need somewhere to puke, they offer a trash can, but they're like, no, you gotta stay down.
Also, there's no way you're holding the blood in, right?
I'm trying!
If it was a deep cut, it is definitely like running down his arm at this point, yes?
It's not superficial, but it's not life-threatening.
But there's probably a lot of blood right now. I guess the question is he successfully holding the blood in? Like, can the other gym goers see it?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Then I will also help in trying to force Crispin to, like, get to the ground, like, lay down and rest. And as soon as I force you to do that, I think I will just, honestly, I have no first aid skills, so I'm just gonna, like, move his head into my lap and just hold him while we wait for an ambulance to get there.
This is gonna do great for the whole my boyfriend thing Sarah Paisley's trying to sell.
Saline didn't hear it, nor would she care anyway. Also, I think Sarah Paisley is gonna die now, and I think Saline might be the one to kill her. Can't wait.
Are you going to the hospital? I have to ask that.
Yes. I just wanted to get in the Hummer and leave, but we got mobbed on the way out, and Saline was not cooperating.
Huh, really?
How dare? After everything I've done to you, how dare?
The girl who never cooperates, not cooperating.
Does she ever, though?
Should she? I feel like the answer is no. And I say this as the player of the character who she's kind of like fucking up my vibe right now.
Saline is trying to get Crispin to a hospital.
And I don't know that Crispin really has the wherewithal to resist so good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let Saline take me to the hospital.
Okay.
That's fine, actually.
I don't like that.
No, you don't. And no, you should not.
In that case, we're going to pan in on the ambulance as it is transporting both Crispin and Saline to the emergency room. Now, this isn't a life-threatening injury as they've assessed, so the ambulance is moving quickly, but it doesn't have all the sirens on, is just moving at a brisk pace to get you there without disrupting everybody's day. The ENT is patched you over, making sure that you're not experiencing any further blood loss, make sure that you have fluids, and has asked you all the pertinent questions, name, and do you have a guardian, which you would answer.
I give Dr. Miller's information.
They'll record that all down along with the information about the injury and allow Saline to accompany you. Again, since it's not life-threatening, the EMT is sitting nearby, but is not actively trying to
Save my life?
resuscitate you or save your life. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
I feel like Crispin would try to spin it as like, oh, I already had the scratches from something else, and the hit just reopened them. I'm fine. Like, I just need bandaged back up. But since Saline is really pushing for me to go to the ER, I will go. And question for the GM, does that count as following someone's behest?
It does.
Wonderful. Then I have gained a string on Saline.
Damn it.
Love you, mean it.
I love that.
I do think Saline is just kind of sitting there glowering, pretty much. She's not going to contradict anything Crispin is, like, saying or describing, but she is worried and clearly pissed off at the turn of events.
At some point after the EMT has sort of receded into the ambulance, Crispin will reach for Saline's hand.
She'll let you take her hand.
We hold hands to the ER. Away we go.
Okay. The ambulance will head a little bit further into Chester's Chasm to reach the Eternal Heart Hospital. It pulls up to the emergency bay, and the EMTs will haul the gurney out with Crispin on it and usher you both inside to a room past the very crowded waiting room. They will shove you into some corner of one of the long bay rooms. They announce that it will be a little bit before somebody comes to see you, as they are, as usual, swamped.
I presume this is, like, not a single room. This is like a curtain situation.
Correct. Yeah, you've got these curtains between each of the beds.
Sure. But no actual privacy. Got it.
Correct.
I will have kept my hold on Saline's hand as much as possible throughout this. And when we're checked in and alone in our curtained room, I turn to her and just go, "Are you okay?"
She'll stare at you, blink at you, essentially, as she processes that you're asking her if she is okay. Then she'll go, I'm fine. You're the one that got hurt.
Crispin will look down at his ruined shirt and just go, I mean, I've had worse. Probably.
That does not make me feel better.
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I just, some painkillers and a very big Band-Aid be awesome. Did you see where Solomon went? Is he okay?
Michael ran off and Solomon followed. I have no idea where they are, which feels like it's starting to be a common theme in my life.
Yeah.
She'll kind of trail off as she's kind of replaying what happened in her mind and like seeing you get hurt and fall and just that moment of fear. She'll just kind of shake her head and just go, "Why?"
I couldn't let him take the fall.
But he's hurt you. You know that bitch is gonna spin it so he takes the fall anyway.
Yeah, she is. But if he had hurt her, it would be 1,000,000 times worse.
Why were you even at the gym with her?
Crispin will take a deep breath and wince because that hurts. Saline can see the emotion playing across his face of just, do I commit to saying this awful thing? Eventually, he falls on the side of yes, and he looks Saline in the eye and he goes, I judged you harshly for hiding, and so it would be really messed up of me to do the same. What happened tonight wasn't Solomon's fault. It was mine.
I don't understand.
I made him react. For all of my blustering about you not being human, I don't know that I am anymore either.
She's still firmly holding your hand, and her grip will kind of tighten on your hand and just, Crispin, I don't understand what that means. What have you gotten yourself into?
I don't entirely know yet. Dr. Miller has been helping me navigate whatever this is.
Helping? Oh yeah, I'm sure she's been helping.
Don't be like that. It's been hard, and she's been giving me the answers I feel like I've been looking for my entire life. Please just give her a chance.
She'll be silent for several moments before just slightly shaking her head and say, I can't shake the feeling that she's using you.
I get it. But even if she is, she's doing it at the cost of helping me protect you.
Those words will wash over her. She really won't know what to say for a while. And finally, she will remove her hand from yours and instead move her hands up to cup your face and just kind of shake her head in slight exasperation. You're always so intent on saving everyone else except yourself. And then she's gonna lean in and kiss you.
Oh, yeah. Crispin will allow that to happen, and he will wrap his arms around you and pull you close. And then remember how much that hurts, and now you probably have blood on your shirt, and that feels like the wrong call. So he will sort of kind of in pain and push back a little bit. Can we rain check? Can you just lay next to me? I'm freezing.
Yeah, definitely.
As I think shock is finally starting to set in. He will encourage you to just lay next to him so he can steal your body heat, essentially.
She'll maneuver herself so that it's as comfortable as possible in this ER hospital bed.
It's a low bar.
Yeah, but she will definitely finagle herself so that instead of Crispin being the one to hold her, she is more of the one holding him. And she doesn't have like a ton of body heat to give anyway. I mean, she's a very small, pale, half-fae girl that constantly looks like she is
malnourished.
Yes, especially lately. But she is doing what she can.
And that's plenty for Crispin. He'll maneuver himself so his head is on your shoulder and curl up in a mock of the fetal position. Something will strike you as being particularly childlike about his manner in this moment where he just allows himself to take comfort.
We'll zoom out from there and go racing across the city as we swoop in on a chase in progress. Having goaded Solomon away from the gym, Michael uses his vampiric speed in an attempt to keep ahead of the werewolf eager for combat and blood. Michael, please give me a volatile roll.
Happily. Ooh, that that is
a 4.
Solomon has gained ground on you, lopping at a breakneck pace behind you despite your attempts to evade and keep the distance. Solomon, give me a runaway, please.
That's gonna be 8.
Choose one of the following. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
I run into something worse.
You are dashing through an old train yard on the outskirts of the mall. Rusting corpses of so many long-forgotten cars, providing a skeletal wall along their tracks. When you hear a howl, it is not those that you are accustomed to. It is not natural. It is not the howl of a natural wolf. It is not the howl of a werewolf. This is ghostly and screeching. Movement flashes between some of those still cars. whatever it is has your scent and is keeping pace. All Our Faults is a Tabletop Talespinners Network production. Emma Kocar is our creative director. Our wonderful cast includes Abby Marie Carter as Saline, Extell as Solomon, Juicy Garland as Michael, and Kat Kelly as Crispin. I have been your MC and producer, Mistress Winter. The list of Crit Award finalists have dropped, and I am so excited to report that the Tabletop Talespinners Network and Emma Kocar have both received nominations. Our thanks to them for all that they do for us, and our congratulations goes out to all finalists. You've all earned it. I encourage you to go to www.critawards.org and place your votes for your favorite finalists. Until we meet again, I wish your hearts safety, joy, and comfort. See you soon.
Crispin got real slimy real fast.
That's not fine.
We have healthy relationships in this game.
We do?
Lies.
Saline doesn't know what a healthy relationship is, ever.
Girl, same.
It's bad.
This has been a tale from the Tabletop Talespinners Network.